Okay, the broadcast is broadcasting. And now the channel is live. So, hello everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
Yeah!
D&D.
I am Christiana Ellis. I am the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Jenny Meltzer as Zaylene.
Hi.
Paul Fisher as Zinhorn Windborn.
Good evening.
Starla Hutchton as Carolina Swift.
Hello, friends.
Vivid Muse as Trina of Harlee.
Hey, y'all.
And Mark Kilfoyle as Nedry Shiny Rock.
I have a million questions, but a lich ain't one.
Sadly, we are short one chooch tonight, but Sequential will be hanging out in the workshop, probably doing research with Sorashana perhaps in this episode, and we will return to him at some point. But, welcome, everyone. I suppose we should talk about what happened last time. What were there things? Do you remember?
There were many things.
Nothing.
The women all went out.
It's just this beat going through my head, and it's really like everything else is just kind of a blur, but the rest of it's just.
Very nice.
I do vaguely remember before all the drinking that we went and scoped out the place where Nedry is supposed to meet the mysterious individual.
Yes, in addition to other correspondence from his Weirdo Wizard newsletter crew, he got a message that said, "How did you find out about dinner there? We should meet under the Elder Street Bridge at midnight on Thursday. Come alone." So, sounds very promising that you'll make a new friendly contact, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And otherwise, you kind of had a little bit of relaxation time for the Pocket Protectors, hanging out, doing some. Zinhorn went and did some walkthrough with a renovation crew for the Chanticleer Academy, starting to look at what would the Church of Rushama want to do with the place if they were to be granted it, and putting together a presentation for Lord Relent to see if maybe it would be something he would be willing to have granted to them. And we had a
Too much asbestos. You don't want this property. Just a sinkhole for money.
We also had Sequential and Nedry doing their own investigation of the mansion, trying to determine if there was any lingering residue of the strange demiplane that had haunted it for so long. And the answer appeared to be no. But in the process, Nedry did go ahead and attune to the strange deep jade circlet that you found in your investigation of the mansion. So, I mean, does anybody say anything about that when Nedry comes back from the house wearing it?
Zaylene just kind of stares at him. Unnerved.
She always kind of stares at him.
I know.
Yeah. See, because what you guys did is talking about what you should do with those items without proceeding to the part where you do talk about it. And then so Nedry just put it on. But, no one has anything they wanted to share there, then that's fine.
Trying to, if no one else is going to say anything, then, just want to be sure that you're safe wearing that, Nedry.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to fall off. It sort of fits now.
Sure,
it's the nature
but
of a lot of magical items, I believe, that they adapt to their owners somewhat.
right, but that's my concern, is that it's a magical item that we don't know a lot about, and we don't want you to end up getting hurt or cursed or permanently glued to your head or anything like that. So Shana might want to examine it. Maybe you should give it to her.
I already used a spell to determine all of the abilities that it has. which is one of the motivations for trying it right away. It didn't
Cool.
exactly work in the way I hoped with the house, but I'm still getting used to it, and I need to figure out exactly how it can spot the planar essences, or whatever term we use.
Why wouldn't you work with Sorshana on that, though? Why doesn't she get to learn about it like you do?
Oh, she is. I'm sharing all my notes with her. She's a little
Nothing-
bit intimidated by wearing things like this, though.
Well, she wouldn't necessarily need to wear it so much as just be able to study it in a lab environment. Don't you
We're
think
in the
she
lab.
should have direct access to it when it's not on your head?
I don't see what the point of that is. These
I
things
mean-
only really work when someone's actually using them. And I'm clearly the most in better situation to actually study it directly.
Are
But
you planning on keeping it, or are you investigating it and you're going to give it to the group? Or is it something you're keeping? I think that's something that might cut to a lot of other questions later,
well,
especially
it's-
if we're talking about not knowing who owns what we find.
Well, it's a matter of needing to use it. We've been encountering all of these sorts of things without us really having much preparation. We didn't know they were going to be happening. We can't really wait the time it would take to reattune to an item like this. It pretty much has to be ready to go anytime.
But
What does it do?
Well, it does a lot of things, but the thing I'm most interested in this particular context is the ability to have some sense of when there's some sort of planar disturbance going on. That would allow us to be a lot more careful when we're going into situations and possibly learn more to make sure that we're safe while we're there and, of course, learn how that we can get out. Something like this is absolutely vital to the work that we're doing. I'm
What
rather
else does
excited.
it do?
That's
But what
great.
else does it do?
Well, it has a lot of different traits. Mostly, it's very protective, which I can really appreciate. It goes well with the protective verses that I found, too. It allows me to be protected against certain kinds of magic, against certain kinds of physical disruptions. It's pretty amazing, actually.
Does it talk to you?
No, why would it talk to me? I mean, I've
You
never
never
tried to talk to
know.
it.
You should try it and see what happens.
It is a powerful item. There may be a possibility I can invoke some sort of spirit in it. That'll take a lot of work, though. I haven't had much success in invoking spirits.
this is what I'm talking about. This needs a bigger discussion than you having a thought and just doing it, because
Well, it's already done.
You're
and clearly
no,
there's
let me
problems.
finish. Let me finish. I appreciate that you have a lot to say, but other people do too. And you've raised my concern level, which is not something I can put aside. I'm concerned that you think that this is yours without us having a discussion on property, who owns what we find, and if we can use it. I'm concerned that you have utter disregard for making sure that it's safe before you use it. And Zaylene probably has more experience with what it might be able to do because she was just in a house with it for 85 years and longer.
Well,
So
as to most
I'm
of those
nerv-
concerns,
again,
I
I'm
did.
gonna finish. Let me finish. Just let me finish, and then you can talk as long as you want. These are things that we should talk about together. And even our decisions aren't the final decisions because we're here assisting them. So I think that we need more communication. I think that you putting yourself at risk for the job, as well as your own health, Nedry, we don't know for sure what's going on with that. And so for you to just constantly wear it is going to be a concern for me. You
The
are
only
free
way
to do what
properly
you,
understand. Sorry.
you're free to do with it what you want, but you do have to communicate with us, because what if it was a small object and we didn't know you had it that you were using, and then something unfortunate happened and we couldn't even tell what caused it? You have to communicate with us. And if everybody agrees and you should have it, then I think that's great. I don't want to track property. I don't want to be in charge of morals or ethics, but I do feel like safety is in my wheelhouse. I'm concerned about your personal safety, and I'm concerned about what it might mean for the rest of us as we try to pursue these different mysteries.
Yeah, we don't want to kill you if you go crazy. I don't think anybody here wants that.
Well, no, of course not.
Don't want to fight you, but I will.
Well, I'm
Sort of
personally
appreciate that.
worried that it might be cursed, given how the last person that used it acted.
Well, I think there were a lot of different concerns with onyx paint, but I did check it out before I had put it on. I checked out its properties and see what it would do. Because of the pressure that this might be taking away, there didn't seem to be like a lot of time to actually do a lot more. But I did discuss it with Sorashana and Sequential, who are both in favor of trying it out, especially because we need to check out the house so quickly before all of its energies disappear. So I took a day to decide that, and then when we had the time to go, it was a matter of doing it. It's not cursed, clearly. I'm fine.
I don't know enough about magic. I hope you're right. I would take your word at it because I'm not magically inclined at all. However, go ahead, Zenhorn.
You're the only one that would know if it was cursed, and once you picked it up and identified it, if it cursed you before the identification or during it, it could be influencing what you're telling us right now.
Well, I wasn't the only one to touch it. In fact, Zaylene was.
But you're the only one that did the identify on it to
Maybe
see if it
that's-
was cursed.
Maybe that's why I don't remember anything. Maybe tomorrow you'll wake up and you won't remember anything either.
Well, that would be quite terrifying. We'll have to find out what happens tomorrow, though, to really know.
Well,
Well, you won't because you won't remember.
But you will.
What if I don't? What if every day it eats my memory?
Well, maybe someone else then. I'm not exactly sure what's wrong with your memories. I hope there's a way to figure that out, because I have a lot of questions about you and your colleagues and the sort of work you were doing. It is really
I'd
frustrating.
like
You don't
to-
remember
Yeah,
much.
but let's not talk about that right now.
Yeah.
I'd
yeah.
like to take it to somebody who can check and see if it's cursed.
Maybe Sorashana can do that.
Well, Sorashana looked at it just as much as I did.
Maybe it
Both
cursed
of
her
us are very
too.
excited
Maybe
about
we
it.
need to find someone else.
I don't think that's how those work.
You don't know.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
know.
I am concerned. This doesn't seem like something you would do. It seems different than the way you normally act. And so I'm worried about you.
Well, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, and this is exactly the sort of thing I've been waiting for. This sort of opportunity doesn't come along very often,
Are you
And-
and I
keeping
want to
it?
get as much use out of this before it gets taken away.
It's
Are you
not
planning
getting
on
taken
keeping it?
away.
We don't, but we can't promise that, Zenhorn. We don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We can't promise anything. I don't want to lie to anybody here. I don't want to tell Nedry you can have it later if we don't know. We don't know what's going to become of it. And I think that somebody needs to have a conversation and resolve the issue of the things that we find and whether or not we can use them for ourselves, including for the missions. Or if
I mean, it
everything
didn't seem to
just
be a
gets
problem
handed
when
over.
everything else was being divided up. I don't see why this was such a big deal.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Well, there
Mhm.
was the backpack and the other items we found along the way. As we found them, we used them. I thought that's what we said we were going to do. In fact, I think Sequential specifically suggested that we should use these things.
He did.
I don't
What does
remember that.
Yobert say?
That's the point. That Yobert's the one that we have to worry about. And the brother.
Maybe
Isn't it a
We'll deal
brother?
with that later.
maybe we should. Maybe we shouldn't worry about that later. Maybe that's something we should talk about now. Maybe we should talk to Yobert now.
So before we do that, Zaline and Trina, do you happen to remember where we put those sketches of that place we went last night? The bridge?
Oh yeah, I think you put them.
Where did I put-
Did you have a bag, Lynn?
Did you leave it there?
I
Did
don't.
we?
Are you all forgetting things? Did you encounter some strange magic last night?
Oh no, everybody's cursed.
There's these guys, and there was a lot of loud music, and I mean, maybe they cursed us. I don't know.
They sure
Yeah,
wanted
I
Linda to
think
sing.
that-
Yeah, they
Wait.
did. They really liked her.
And you guys just see her get this like strange look on her face, and she's like looking at you two, like, "What the hell?"
You didn't want them to know that boys were buying you drinks, eh?
Oh, no, I just
Were you
I
performing?
can't remember where I put those notes. I know I wrote down everything for Nedry, but
He drew pictures.
I did. I even drew sketches.
Did you check in Trina's belly? Because you
Oh,
fell
China,
asleep.
That's a
did you eat
great idea. I don't remember. Did I? Hold on, hold on, hold on. And
Blah.
she'll, like a
So,
hairball.
Nedry, I don't know if you would remembered this from last week, but she actually stuck them on your face when she came home. She just Carolina
Oh,
doesn't
that's what
remember.
those were. I thought someone was just playing a joke, and I kind of pushed them aside. I didn't take a look at them at the time, kind of, but I put them in the back of my book just in case.
Oh, so I did
Oh,
give them to you.
handwriting's a
Oh.
little bit rough. I think the ink was a little bit wet.
Oh yeah, that guy was crying. I yeah remember.
This looks pretty good. I'm not exactly sure, and he kind of keeps turning them around to
I'll
figure out which
be-
way is north.
Right back.
So
As long as
she w-
everybody can keep out of
yeah.
sight, because I don't want to scare this person. If they're truly involved with Dinether, they may have been
Okay.
hunted for a long time, or maybe they are one of the people that were doing the hunting. I don't know. But in any case, I want to know what they have to say. So don't scare them before they have a chance to say anything.
Okay, but if they're jerks, can we scare them? Like if they try to stab you or
Hurt you.
curse you or steal that circlet off your head or something like that, can we?
I've got
Yeah,
a lot
that
of
is a
protections.
concern. You might not want to wear that circlet, like, or hide it. Like, put a hat on at least, so they don't
Well,
see it.
I can put my hood up. It is supported some sort of, I don't know, sort of clandestine operation, so I should probably look the part.
We
And he
bought a
pulls
lot
up-
of hats
Pulls up
yesterday.
his very, very rough-looking cloak that's kind of, ratted and torn, and pulls it up, and it just kind of hangs over his eyes a little bit too far.
By
I
the
really
We're
like
gonna
way,
have
this,
to
though.
do something about that.
We
Just
got
as-
all those hats yesterday when we went out. For me, remember?
one second. Just meta note, because we hadn't really established it clearly the last session because we were doing sort of downtime. The I'm going to say this conversation right now is happening Thursday morning, and so Thursday midnight is when the meeting was supposed to happen. So
Okay.
proceed.
So I will start pulling out like a pile of ridiculous hats that we bought when we were out and like just putting them on Nedry's head like one at a time and just looking at them.
So
I
was
suspect that most of them
actually-
completely cover his head because they're too big.
Yeah, I was actually thinking something more like, and she'll dig through her pack, and there's this long, brightly colored scarf, and she will tie it around Nedry's head so that it covers the circlet. Something more like that. I
This
think
feels
would be
weird.
better. Well, you don't have to wear it all the time. Just maybe to the meeting tonight. I think.
I go over to a mirror and take a look. Oh, still some ink smudges. What's it look like? Or what does it intended to look like?
Let's see. Hold on. 1 second. Let me look at something real fast.
Like a fancy scarf.
Yeah, it's actually it's a bright red scarf that would tie around. Yeah.
Well, and it would have to be like wide, not like a thin headband, but it would have to be
Yep.
wide to cover the circlet.
Yes, I was checking something. So yes, that.
So I think at this point, while you guys are kind of admiring Nedry's new look in the mirror, Brennan actually comes in and just says, "Hey, gang, what have you guys got planned for today?" And I ask because if you're not busy, I've got a suggestion.
Well, I mean, there's always study to be done. I've got a little bit of research to catch up on.
Okay,
And there's a
but-
few things I needed to write over.
That's not going to affect everybody else. I mean, we're
Well, I
going
thought he
somewhere
was
much
asking-
later. He was asking everyone, Nedry,
Right, which
all of us.
Okay, well, maybe let me just put it out like this. So the Golden Procession is today, and those of you who are new to town or haven't heard about it, I mean, it's a parade, kind of. It's sort of commemorates the departure from Uthbishra as the Golden Plains advanced. It's a big parade. I mean, I kind of I grew up there before they finally abandoned the city, so I just I was going to go. But if you guys wanted to come to the parade with me, we could go.
Sounds interesting. I guess I could take some notes.
That sounds like a cool thing to do. I haven't been to one of those in a long time.
I do love a parade.
What is the parade?
Well,
They kind of they all dress up in kind of costume and they proceed down the street in a line. Like they block off the streets, so it's only the people that as part of the parade, and they walk by. And so as a viewer, you watch them walk by. And in this particular parade, they have a great big like puppeteered model of the spirit of the Golden Plains, which is like a great big turtle thing.
I would love to see that.
Well, we should go.
Sounds fun.
I'll go.
Where is it?
when is that happening? What time?
Oh, it's like 1 p.m. is like when it's going to come nearby here. Like it's going through the whole city, so it's kind of an all day thing. But like we don't have to like follow it all around. We just go to a spot where it's coming close and watch it go by.
Oh, sure.
You
Uh,
said it was
That sounds like
to-
fun.
to commemorate the abandoning of Ushbithra?
So
Seems like a funny thing to have a parade for.
well, so just as a note, I think let's see. I think all of you can decide how much your character would know the sort of so-called common knowledge history. Like some of you would, some of you wouldn't. But like Trina's not from here. Zaleen is like 85 years out of date, so to speak. But the what would be common knowledge is that over a long period of time, this invasive tall yellow grass called the Golden Plains was advancing closer and closer to the city of Ushbithra until basically it was surrounded and kind of enveloped to the point where it wasn't really practical for a city to be there anymore. And so it was kind of abandoned as a big city where people lived. There's still pockets of people that try to make a go of it out there, but mostly people left and went other places. And so that's what I think that's what common knowledge of the history would be. But so to answer your question, I mean, it's like a lot of parades are very, celebratory. This one is a little bit more contemplative because you're right. It's not like a super happy thing, but it's more like, acceptance of change and an acknowledgement that, these things can be survived, right? Like you can let the Golden Plains come and go and you're still there. Even if you're in a different place than you were before.
I wonder why Master told me not to go see it before. He said something about it being a waste of time, but he said that about a lot of things.
Well, there are a lot of things that are a waste of time. I don't know. I mean, I think this is just like, it's fun, I mean, it's interesting. They make a whole big production of it, and, it's just like the feelings are a little complicated, but yeah, that's it's part of understanding of history and awareness and all that good stuff.
Well, I'd like to see it.
Well, great. So everyone want to come then?
Absolutely.
I mentioned sequential already, and yeah, he's busy with Sorashana, I guess. So it'll be the six of us.
Let's go.
That sounds good. Lynn, are you going to change? What about you, Zaleen?
I don't have any. No, I think I'm good.
How about you? Lynn?
And she just kind of has this like really surprised look on her face, like, I don't think I need to change.
Okay, I'll just wear this then. I'm not feeling the freshest, but it should be nice for a day out.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys don't need to be dressed fancy or anything. I mean, the people in the parade are all dressed up in, like either they're, there's the people, like, we're not going to see this part, but, like if you're out at the park where it finishes, they've got the people dressed as the stone giants, and then, they've got the people puppeteering the big spirit puppet, but, everyone else in the parade's got, like the golden costumes, but, like, I mean, everyone else, you just show up, you just watch it and whatever. You don't have to dress anything fancy.
Oh, cool.
I do have to go and get like my hat and my parasol and the sunglasses though before
yeah.
we go.
Oh yeah, you should definitely do that because we're probably going to be standing. Like we might be able to find some shade, but it'll be crowded.
Yeah. It'll be hard to see if I don't do that.
All right. So, anyone have any other business before we could sort of.
Well,
fade
I
to-
think as Zaylene would go off to get her sunglasses and everything, Carolina would sort of follow. And I don't know, is Trina coming too or not? I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
They seem to be a package deal now, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just ride up the stairs on Trina's back. Like,
just
This
for
is
the
the
mental
way.
picture.
I'm just kidding.
No, okay. If you're just kidding, then that's fine. I was just trying to imagine like what is the carry method there. I was imagining
Piggyback.
just like sort of glomped over the shoulders or.
Fireman
He's
style.
the new person's already usurped Nedry's position. This is interesting.
Well, she could do one on each shoulder, I suppose.
Trina hung out with a lot of females where she's from, so she just gravitates towards the estrogen. Take no offense.
So I guess we'd be going back down to the room. So when we got there, she'd be like, this is kind of a maybe an odd question, but did I do anything weird the other night? Kind of
God.
fuzzy.
Woo! Did you?
Like everything we did was weird after a while.
But like,
kind of
I don't
weird.
know. Weird for. Weird for. I can't even say weird for me. We don't know each other that well yet, but I think if it was something really weird, I think you would probably remember. But
No.
did you call me Lynn earlier?
Yeah, you said to.
Oh, did I?
Oh, should we not have? Was that just for us three?
Oh.
Should we?
Oh
I've-
no! It's fine. It's just it's been a long time since anybody called me that. Sorry.
Oh.
Well, they didn't seem to notice, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you maybe miss it when we were drinking and you wanted to feel like you were home or something, maybe?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah. It's that's what my family called me. And I don't know. I guess it was just one of those nights. I guess now we're family.
oh, that's so sweet. I'm very touched that you shared that with us. It seemed very casual at the time.
Well, I didn't remember doing it. So.
Must have been the shots.
But it's done now and it's okay. And yeah, I'm okay with it. It just caught me by surprise is all. Okay.
Maybe next time we shouldn't drink so much, or maybe we should drink more.
I think we should go more often, and then maybe we'll drink less while we're there.
Yeah, and we have to go on a Tuesday, right? For the
Yes.
bubble party.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Forget about a lot of things. What else did we do?
I think we'll remember it in little bits and starts. I'm not sure. It was so fun, though. I haven't laughed that hard, like, since I got to here, this whole, dimension. It was really
It
great.
was a lot of fun.
I don't know if I ever laughed before last night.
Oh, we definitely need to do it again then.
Absolutely. So, which hat are you going to wear today?
And we start rifling through hats.
All right. So, meanwhile, Zinhorn, one of the things that I kind of meant to get to last week is that, you've always had your wings, right? But,
Hmm.
you're big, and it's just, it's kind of a scary proposition to sort of test out, like, how much could you really get, to do with it. It's, you've never really been able to get yourself quite off the ground with them before or anything, but you are feeling stronger lately. You wonder if maybe you might be able to do a bit more than you had previously. But, gosh, you'd have to try, I guess.
Well, I definitely want to. My parents always said they would take me to flight school when the time was right. But I don't know anyone who has wings around here who could really teach me.
Mm.
Um, so I was thinking we have um, that nice big hole in the floor
Mm.
at the Reclaimers Academy, and maybe I could like put a bunch of mattresses at the bottom or something, or borrow Carolina's ring. Um, no,
It's
That was
used
the
up.
one
It
and
just
done.
had the one.
Yeah.
oh,
I
or
mean, you also live in a castle with multiple stories. That's one
oh,
part.
that's
Although
true.
it's a little, the roof is a little higher than two floors, but
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely want to like spread my wings and see if I can at least like slow my fall
hmm
or do some limited like hovering off the ground. But I need a
sure.
lot of room.
Yeah. Well, so up on the roof, I think you head up there and you sort of you try letting them out, getting them stretched out to fully extended, which is something you probably don't actually do very often, just because you really do need room for it.
Yeah.
Probably
Uh,
feels good to stretch them out a little bit and kind of can sort of feel it catching the wind a little bit up there on the roof. Do you are you going to try sort of a slow fall or glide first, or what are you
Um.
trying?
Yeah. I think like first I need to like I guess drop any excess weight. So
Mm-hmm.
like switch out of my armor into my street clothes and put down the backpack and the mace
Mm-hmm.
because those are all very heavy things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, Nedry, you seem to like learning about different things.
Of course.
Want to help me see if I can fly? Because
Oh,
um,
wow.
and maybe Trina could come and like try and catch me if I start losing control.
I was really hoping to get invited.
Well,
Uh,
everyone's
yeah.
invited.
Well, so I think Brennan is kind of thinking about it, and he's just like, well, I mean, we would you want us to try like tying a rope to you so we could try to catch you? I mean, that would still probably hurt to like fall and get caught at the end of the rope, but it might be better than hitting the ground.
A rope seems like a really good idea. I wonder why I didn't think of that. Um, yeah. How far down is it from the castle?
So it's so there's the roof level, then the cannonade level, then the workshop level, and then the great hall level, and then the entry level, and then the mechanical level.
Right. And
So
then
it's like
there's,
70 feet.
well, we'd
But
have to go all the way up the tower to get to the front door.
yeah, so it's basically from the roof. It's like 70 feet drop. But one of the things Sunya points out is that there is a stack of cargo containers that's about 20 feet away from the castle and is only about 30 feet high, and is like if you wanted to glide a little bit, you could try seeing if you could get to that.
Well, I was thinking maybe I could start on the cargo containers and like try and
Well,
glide
you
to the
could certainly
ground.
do that too. Yeah, you could instead of doing it from the roof of the castle, you could make your way over to one of those. It would be a
Yeah, because I'm looking over the edge from the
hmm
castle, and that seems like an awful long way down.
Oh, Brendan is like, I wasn't gonna say it really because I mean, you know what you could do better than I do, but Yeah, like I
Actually,
feel
I
like if
don't.
it was me, I'd want to try with a shorter drop.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the shorter drop, and maybe Trinet can like run with me and hold the rope, because I'm also worried about like a breeze coming along and catching me and like
Please, can
sending
I? Can I
sending
please?
me off into the into the sky, because
So you
I
could be
have
like a
no
kite.
idea what to do.
This is the most exciting thing ever. Yes, please, please
Yeah.
pick me.
All right. So,
All
Are
right.
you talking about flying a dragonborn like
Yes!
Like a kite, yeah.
Can anybody create wind? Like,
I don't think
Not on a
so.
large scale. Give me some beans.
so I think Brendan kind of says, I mean, technically not supposed to climb on other people's cargo containers, but I think practically do it reasonably quickly. Don't make a mess. Nobody's going to care. So, yeah, I mean, we get some rope on you. So trying to like you with the rope, are you going to be up on top to like to try to catch him or
I'm going to try gliding, so I think you should be on the ground,
yes.
and I'm going to like run wherever there's a clear area and just stretch my wings out and see if I can have a controlled, slowed landing instead of face planting.
I'm actually going to enter into a rage to increase my strength just in case I get to catch you,
all right?
which sounds so fun. No offense. I don't hope you fall, but I won't like be sad.
All right, so I think at this point, Yobera and Soroshana and Sequential are probably all like everyone who's not directly participating down there on the deck level is probably watching from the roof, but you can go and climb up onto this like 30-foot high stack of cargo containers. I think that it's not all that difficult to do that, so there's no roll required there. But so Trina is down at the base.
Holding a rope.
Yeah. And so just planning to kind of got the rope, which is in case wind gets out of control and tries to
Yeah.
pull you too far away. And she's going to try to keep up with where you're gliding in order to try to catch if you're coming down too fast. That's the plan?
Yep,
Right?
that's the plan.
Is this what they refer to as a leap of faith? Is Rashama involved?
I don't know, but if this works, we could join the parade.
A quick prayer to Rashama would not go astray.
Maybe cast guidance on yourself if you have it, or enhance ability or something.
I do have guidance.
Cleric,
Or
touch thyself.
Miss Ground? Is there a
That
spell
sounds
for
dirty.
This ground.
Well, that is the whole point of flying, is to hurl yourself at the ground and miss.
So this first test is just gliding. You're not going to try to do anything other than glide. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So,
I have bless.
bless, I think, would be for attack rolls and saving throws,
Oh,
not
yeah,
ability
you're
checks.
right.
But guidance would work.
No, I have guiding bolt. I don't have guidance.
Oh,
Or before he has a chance to climb up, Nedry would go up with a rope so he can measure exactly how high it is he's going to
Okay.
be jumping from. So he can put it in his chart.
yeah.
You know, I think
it's
I'm gonna
actually
tie-
32 feet.
I think I want to tie two 50-foot ropes together so that we have a 100-foot reach. That seems like something Trina would do.
Sure.
Anything could happen. She wants to be ready.
So, do you have how much slack do you have versus how much coiled up?
I would have probably just set the coil at my feet, and I'd be holding. I'd have the one up in the air that's on him, and then the other one maybe tied around my waist, like the end of the 100-foot rope is
Sure.
tied around my waist.
Okay. All right.
That's some ballast or an anchor, I guess.
Okay, so as you've made your way up top of this, this container, we know where you and Trina are. I think Yobert and Soroshana and Sequential watching from the roof. Where is everybody else?
I'm on the roof watching.
On the roof.
I'm down on the ground with my chalk ready to note where he lands.
Great. Okay, so as you're up there, you're kind of extending your wings again. You know, you're feeling there's some cross breeze, but the wind's not too bad. It's actually a pretty nice morning. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it's kind of just enough to be refreshing, not like sudden gusts or anything like that. You're looking down, and that's still enough of a drop that you feel like, yeah, you would hurt yourself if you just fell. So, yeah, you ready?
I'm ready to catch you.
All right, I got Trina with me, and she's got her spirit guardians, and I've got Rashama, and I think I'm ready.
All right. Do you jump? Or
Yeah.
are you going to do
Well,
guidance
I'm going to
first,
take a running start.
Okay, well, and were you... Oh, you don't have guidance. Never mind. Okay, so...
No, I don't.
Yeah. All right, running start. And you jump. And you feel the wind catch your wings. And you feel like, yeah, it's... You're definitely... Your fall is slower than it would have been if you didn't have wings. And so you're feeling like that, but it's a little unsteady. You're unfamiliar with it. So please make an acrobatics check for me.
All righty. I got an 8.
Okay, yeah, so you're a little unsteady. You're kind of veering over to one side. You're kind of spinning a little bit. Whoa. Trying to please make an athletics check with advantage if you have entered your rage. Nice, dirty 20. So there you go. Yeah, dirty 20 is the best there. And so as you are, racing, you're watching, and he's veering a little bit. You're racing over to catch him. But as you watch though, and I think Trina has a better view than anyone else. But he's doing it. He's gliding. He's not really going in a straight line, but he is gliding. And as he is getting closer and closer to the ground, you're managing to keep up from under him. And so one more acrobatics check, Zinhorn.
All right. 7.
7.
Not
yeah.
great.
So I think you're getting to the point where you're sort of feeling like, oh, okay, landing is a thing now, and Trina's there. So it's like, what position are you trying to be in? Up. And I think you kind of lose it and drop for about the last 4 or 5 feet into Trina's waiting arms. Because she was ready. But
That was awesome.
she is
That
able
was so cool.
catch you without difficulty, and you have a good feeling like probably only those last few feet would have hurt if Trina hadn't been there.
Trina's
with a little-
trumpeting and cheering. You did so great. That was so brave. That was so cool.
That's much better than most of my first experiments.
So
That was so awesome.
so
I'm
mechanically,
going to need to do more of that.
yeah, I was just going to say, mechanically, what you have now is essentially the ability to glide slow fall. Now, you will have to make checks to control how precisely you can choose your landing location. But ultimately, if you have enough room to get your wings extended, then you can essentially cancel out any fall. So you can glide.
Where would I note that?
I think you just have to know it because it's not an
Okay.
official feature.
All right.
I mean, if you want, I could make you
custom-
like a custom ring or something that just has that text in it. But
No, I just want to put it on my character sheet somewhere.
okay, well, I mean, there's I can give you the specific text for that if you'd like, because I'm modeling it after something else. But the
Yeah, I think that would help.
yeah. Hang on, let me.
Ooh, it did not add my +2 for rage. I gotta remember that.
Oh
It
no,
doesn't
no.
seem
So
to have-
for rage, you don't get a +2 to athletics rolls. You just have
Oh, it was
advantage.
just strength checks.
But that you
Sorry.
do damage added damage to attacks, though. So basically, when you have enough room to extend your wings and you're falling and you're not, unconscious or something, you essentially you don't are not going to have to take fall damage because you can glide, and it's just a matter of if you want to carefully choose your landing spot, then that will require a check. And eventually, I might, as you're more practiced, we won't have you have to do that check quite as often because I know acrobatics is not like your best skill. But good job. You get lots of cheers from up on the roof, I think.
Make kind of an awkward circle where approximately I think he would have landed if Trina hadn't caught him, and measure it from there and mark a 1 beside it.
Mm-hmm.
Anticipating we'll be doing this multiple times, and like a growth chart, we'll have this stretch across
Nice.
the land here.
All right, cool.
That's a fantastic thing to do. Thank you, Nedry.
Well, you have to be able to record your successes and potentially problems when you're doing an experiment.
Hadn't
So,
thought of that.
so Brennan kind of calls out, so are we ready to head over to the parade now?
Yes.
Great. So everybody kind of gets assembled and is heading out, and taking the elevator down from the, the third tier of the Sky Tower. And I think he is actually pointing kind of into the distance and says, "Yeah, it looks like that. They're started already. You can kind of see just the. Oh well, not anymore now that we're lower." And he's kind of pointing where, for just a second, you could kind of spot what looked a little bit like the top of a tree behind a building but moving a little bit. And but then as you lower elevation, can't see it anymore. But as you're walking over there, he just explains that. So what the parade does is it proceeds throughout the city until it reaches the park. And I wrote down what park it was. Let's see. I'm sorry. Yeah, so there's a park in the city that it proceeds to, and they have people dressed as meditating stone giants there, and some like puppeted mock-ups of the city, and it's an illustration of when the spirit came to the city and then was turned back by the heroes of legend, but the planes remain because they, once they advance, they can't be pushed back. Even though the spirit turned around, it kind of just, it advanced the planes enough that they were there to stay. But like I said, it's not really supposed to, like, it's about acceptance, not defeat, if that makes sense, right? It's about the people of Ushbithra were saved, even if they had to leave where they were.
I wonder who believed in that spirit that strongly. Seems kind of strange to have something you believe in that would destroy your entire town.
Well, it works both ways, right? Like, it's not so much like the planes were that dangerous because the spirit was. It's because the grass was so invasive and so difficult to eradicate and everything that, like, people were scared of it, and that's how the spirit got so powerful.
There must be a way to mitigate that. Maybe direct assault on the spirit could reduce its influence over the people? That'd be hard to test.
Well, a lot of people have tried to figure out how to get rid of the Golden Plains, but, if you figured it out, I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate it.
It's not
But like
really
I
in my
said, today's
research
kind
path,
of the whole point of this is about saying, hey, you know what? Sometimes you can't do anything, and you just have to be able to move on.
Change is inevitable.
Yeah. But so as you are making your way down to the local place where the parade is going to pass, I will put us on a map here in Roll20. And so as you see here, we've got you all down here in the corner here, and as you can see, there's people on the side, both sides of the street, watching the people in the parade dressed in their golden costumes, and then here in the corner, as you kind of caught a glimpse of it coming up the street, there is this 25-foot tall construct that is clearly and like transparently, like there's no attempt to make it look like it is self-operated. It is clearly manipulated by the people, with big sticks as they're moving its legs. But it's a clever skill of that they're implementing there of making it look like the puppet's movements are natural, even though it's obvious that it's being controlled by the puppeteers. And so a lot of there's a lot of sort of mixed reactions, I think, in the crowd, the people watching it. There's people who are looking a little bit more thoughtful about it, but then there's also people who are just like, hey, look, isn't this exciting? Wow, it's an exciting, interesting thing that's happening. Isn't this interesting? And then you also have people going like, oh my God, I can't believe they're blocking the whole street. How long is this going on? How long is it? Oh man, I've got a cart that's supposed to come through here in 15 minutes. Is this going to be done by then? So you have kind of a whole mixture of reactions. But what are you all thinking as you come up and you're seeing it go by?
Is there music?
So like they don't have like a band or anything, but they actually are all of the people in the procession are doing kind of a whispery noise that, when all taken together, sounds like wind blowing across the plains.
I think Carolina would take out her little flute and sort of do some trills playing along just to get in the spirit of the thing.
Mm-hmm. I think as you're watching, if you keep an eye on Brennan, he definitely gets a little bit quiet as he's watching. He doesn't seem sad, but thoughtful, contemplative.
Did you know anyone from Ushbithra, or were you from there yourself, maybe?
Yeah, well, my family was, and, I was really little, so I don't really, remember it, personally very much. But, yeah, I mean, me and my parents were there when I was a little kid, and, we weren't, the last ones out or anything like that. I mean, after all, there's still people trying to make a go of it there and around, but, my parents left when it just was obvious that it wasn't ever going to get better. So they decided to, they headed down to Emirate Arboris, the city down there in the desert. They were there for a while before, I kind of took up adventuring, met Yobert, and, found my way here. I'm not complaining. But yeah, I got my heritage going back in Uthbithra.
Have you been back there since?
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because the plains themselves covered with the grass, there is a beauty to it, but it's also a little bit hard not to feel a resentment about it. But then again, I mean, that's kind of what this the Golden Procession here is kind of about. It's they started the tradition inspired by what the stone giants said about it at the time. There's stone giants that live nearby Uthbithra. I don't know if you know that, but they what they encouraged is to not be angry about something that anger wouldn't fix, and to not be sad about something that sadness wouldn't fix, but to focus your emotions on what could be fixed. And that I think is a good attitude, but it's certainly one that is it's an ongoing practice, not a you know, it's not. Some days are easier than others.
Are you
I
mad
think I
at the
understand.
spirit?
No, not really. I mean, like, I don't feel like it's the spirit's fault. Like, there's some spirits that, like, like Sunia. I mean, you can have whole conversations with Sunia. She has, like, thoughts and feelings and everything like that. But, I mean, there's a lot of spirits that don't really think like we do at all. Like, if they have any sentience, it's not obvious. Some of them are maybe more like animals in a way, in just in the way they think and they act. And the spirit of the Golden Plains is like, it's huge and kind of intimidating, but it's also kind of just like implacable, right? Like, nothing you can do really bothers it, because it's just, it is what it is. It's there. It's big. You do what you can to just stay out of its way. I mean, like, even the heroes of legend managed to turn it back, but, like, by the time it had made its way into the city, it was so if I was going to be mad at someone, I would be mad, I guess, if there was someone who maybe could have stopped the grass before it spread, but didn't. But I don't know. Nobody knows where it came from, so who's there to be mad at, really? So as
So
you're
her flute song would shift into something slightly more melancholy, not necessarily sad, but the bit of flute that she's playing would be a bit more somber.
Sure. So as you're watching, the procession is starting to, turn a corner, and there is, as you can kind of see on the map, there's a little bit of a cart that's in the street, and it's obvious looking at the people in the procession that, like, that cart's not supposed to be there. Should have been cleared before, and they're having to kind of maneuver this great big puppet, like, around it, and it's a little bit awkward. And then just as it's starting to turn, the breeze catches it a little bit, and part of this big, tree and brush covered turtle shell kind of brushes against the facade of the building, and there is some sort of a strange metal antenna thing sticking out of the corner of the building there, and as the puppet sort of brushes against it, it breaks that antenna off. And you see all of a sudden a little bit of a shower of sparks from around there. You can see that part of the puppet seems to have it be smoldering a little bit. And all of a sudden, as you continue to watch, these little sparks start to coalesce until there's almost like an electrical arc, and that gets bigger until it almost looks like it has tiny little arms and legs. And yeah, so let me put that on the map. And as it like starts to stand, it's this tiny little, like, 1 foot tall sort of humanoid shape. Here, let me put you guys a little bit more where you would need to be seeing that, let's say, or like right here. And as it's kind of stands up and sort of stretches, it kind of strolls across, and you see wherever it steps on the roof, it's leaving little scorch marks. And then it extends a hand out to the part of the puppet that's closer, and the little smoldering part starts going whoosh, and it's definitely on fire now.
Well, that's not good.
Doesn't seem great.
I can let's Prestidigitation can put out some fires, like it could put out a small campfire. So would that work?
What's the range for it?
10 feet. So I would have to run up much closer.
I mean, you could do that.
Yeah, I think I would definitely I would like make this noise of alarm and start hurrying over.
Okay. You can see that there's just this little bit that's kind of on fire there. But so you're just kind of hurrying up to, like, climbing up onto the cart, maybe?
Yeah,
Okay.
as close as I can get. It was like, look out, look out, look out! There's some fire. There's some fire. It's burning. And I would try to get as close as I could to cast prestidigitation within 10 feet of it.
Yeah. So there's definitely some, as people are becoming aware of what you have spotted there. You are definitely, there's some concerned murmuring, and as you get a bit closer, that you definitely manage to put the fire out. But as you're standing there a little closer, this electrical little humanoid shape seems to look down at you, and we're rolling initiative.
Yay! I mean, darn. I mean, yay!
Oh no.
All right. Oops. Let me add turn for everybody.
I am rolling horribly tonight.
Well, initiative, it's kind of a, like, do you really want to get
Yeah.
high on initiative? It kind of depends on what you're trying to do. All right.
11 for Trina. Oh, wait, I can enter it on the thing.
Yep.
Somewhere. There it is.
Okay. And let me get my... where is... Hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to find my...
Oh.
Where's my little...
So I do have a question for Nedry. Trina would have offered for you to be on her shoulder so that you could see better, but she also would have followed Carolina when she took off. So if you were on my shoulder, you would be over next to Carolina now too.
If you can hold on.
I can't find my stats for my thing. So hang on, I have it somewhere else. So let me get that. I made it as a little a homebrew creature in D&D Beyond, but it didn't take for some reason. Or it was there, but I can't find it now. But it's fine. It's fine because I will have it in just a moment.
It's an elusive creature, quick to action.
Yes.
In fact, it's a homebrew creation made of lightning, so it literally is a spark of creativity.
Well, you're not far off. Okay, so it's going to get... Ooh. 21. All right. So it looks like... Oh, and then Brendan is my character, so I should do the roll for him. Nah, yeah, he got just a 5, so a little bit slow on the upswing here. All right, so Zaleen, you are first in the initiative. Your very first combat turn as a pocket protector. What are you going to do?
I am going to cast Fear on it.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So it's wisdom saving throws, right?
Yep.
So, question about your fear spell. what you discover as you're starting to target your spell is that there actually are 3 of them in that little space, that they're sort of, it's splitting up into 3. So does your spell target all of them, or is it?
It says when you cast it using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, you can target 1 additional creature, and all of my spell slots are level 3.
Okay.
So I would go for all 3 of them.
Okay, yeah, so they will make their wisdom saving throws. Okay. 17, 6, and 12. Probably just the 17 is a success, I would think.
Yeah.
Okay. So of these 3, which let me go ahead and get them in their own spots, 2 of them are now frightened, and that frightened effect, my guess is they can make a saving throw at the end of their turn. Is that right?
They can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of their turns.
Okay, but in the meantime, when they are frightened, they disadvantage on attack rolls, and they can't move closer to you. Correct?
Right.
Okay. That is so. That's your action. Are you what else are you going to do? Are you going to move or anything like that?
I am going to. How high is the building?
I think it's just 1 story, but it's kind of a peaked roof, as you can see. So it's probably like the roof at the edges is going to be maybe 10 feet off the ground.
Okay.
But then it would be more like 20 off at the peak.
Okay, I'm going to start climbing up to get up onto the roof where they are.
All right. Make an athletics check. On here, you can move your own token, but.
14.
Okay, yeah, I think so. You managed to get up there, so that would be 5, 10, 15. You'd have half your movement left.
And then I will start going towards them, so...
Yeah, it would be difficult terrain on the roof, so you'd basically really only be able to do 1 more square.
Okay.
All right. But I think you're tall enough that you can see over the center from there.
Okay, and my objective is sort of that they see me, and because they have to move away from me, that they'll maybe move down towards
we're
trying to.
I don't think they have to move away. They just can't move closer, right? Which spell is this? This is fear. Is that the spell or cause fear?
Yeah, it's cause fear.
Cause fear. Let me double check. Okay, so. Yeah, so because they're frightened, they don't have to run away, but they can't move closer.
Okay.
All right. So that's your turn. It is now their turn, and these things are called electrons. Not that you know that, but that's what I'm going to call them, so I can call them a thing. Yeah, so one of them. Is the one that's not frightened is going to come towards you and is going to reach out and try to zap you. But it only gets an 11, which probably doesn't hit.
Is this considered lightning?
No, it does not hit me.
I mean, is it? You don't know yet, but it looks like lightning.
Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm. So it tries to zap you, but you are able to evade it. However, I will require you on the slippery roof to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
You're very sure-footed with your 21 dexterity save. So, the other 2, are, look like they are, hesitant towards you. Their body language is very tentative. But then they both just drop over on the far side of the roof. They drop off the roof, and you hear people screaming on the other side. As you hear a couple of zaps. And they're going to remake their saving throws. What's the DC?
14. 15.
Okay, one fail. Okay, so one of them succeeds and breaks the fear, but the other is still afraid.
Okay.
But yeah, so they've dropped out of sight on the other side of the roof, moving away from you. All right, Carolina.
I am going to move to that corner there.
Okay.
I think I can see it, right?
Yep.
And
Say,
I'm
what's that
going
first?
to slash at it with my rapier.
Okay.
16.
A 16 does hit.
9 damage.
All right.
And
So
that's magical damage.
Yep,
Piercing.
yep.
And then I
And-
am going to kind of cast a glance back over my shoulder to where Zaleen is, and I shall sing, "No matter the peril, the day she will save. Through amber and ashes she will not be swayed. When the battle is over, she just walks away." And you now have a 1d6 Bardic Inspiration.
Yay. I will use this little orange dot to indicate that. But so you definitely stab it with your magic rapier. Also, let me note that like even though it's this full size like circle for like a medium creature, technically these are currently small. But then when you are when you stab it with the rapier, it does seem to be hurt by that. But then it seems to start to sizzle and crackle up along your rapier, and it doesn't shock you, but you see it sort of start to tremble until that one is now doubled in size. And so it is actually, let me make the other ones smaller to indicate that they are small. Okay, yeah. Just mechanically they're small, which usually still uses a 5x5 token, but yeah, so it has just gotten twice as big when you stabbed it.
Oh, that didn't work as well as it did in the mansion.
Nope. All right, Nedry.
Can I see the one that's on the roof by Zaleen?
Yeah, because it's basically right at the center, standing like on the ridge.
Okay. Well, action, as always. Safety first! And I'll cast Magic Missile. Well, I had that in the brain. I cast Mage Armor, is what I meant to say.
All right.
And then use my movement to get off of Trina's back, because it's not going to be a safe place for very much longer.
Yeah.
And then just turn and face the one that's on the roof and say to it in my mind, and see if it acts in its mind, "Who are you? What do you want? Are you part of the parade?"
What are you just saying? You're just saying it out loud, or are you what?
Nope. Not saying it out loud at all. Just using his mind. Telepathy.
Right. I'm trying to. Okay. I'm brain farting for a moment. Remind me what about that?
I can speak to any creature as long as I share a language. I don't know if it does or not,
Okay.
but I can try.
Well,
It's basically just my normal speech action.
okay. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. I'm just like, yeah. That's fine. You don't get anything back though. It doesn't seem. You don't feel like you get like this. This call has been disconnected.
I mean, safety first is the battle cry, but questions first is usually his
Sure.
action.
Yeah. So basically, you don't get anything back from that.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Trina.
Okay, so Trina is going to move up onto the roof. I'll go where I want to be, and then you can tell me if I can stay there. Can I get
well,
that far?
first you need to make an athletics check to try to
Okay.
clamber up onto the roof.
Athletics. Ooh, 26.
A 26, yeah, without difficulty, you spring from the top of the cart, grab and swing for a moment on the rim of the roof, and then pull yourself up, and you can get to basically just right where you are with that movement.
Okay. I'm going to use yeah, I'm going to use my short sword on, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't decide, you guys. I can't decide. Okay, I'm going to use my magic sequential scimitar on the one in front of Zaleen.
Yep.
17 to hit.
All right, 17 does hit.
Move so I can roll the damage. There it is. And that's a 6
All right.
slashing damage.
Yep. And so you see that it definitely sort of reacts in sort of pain and turning away from that slash as you disrupt its pattern for a moment. But then, as Carolina did, you see it sort of arcing towards the metal of your sword. And then it trembles, and then that one also grows, doubles its size.
Okay, then she's going to use her whip and strike at the one in front of Carolina.
I think you actually, that one is not within 10 feet because even though it's 2 squares, it's also down off on the ground from the roof.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, damn. Okay. Do I have anything I can shoot at it?
I think you could still use your whip on the one that you just hit.
Yeah. I wanted to hit both of them, though, to draw aggro off of them. All right, so I'm going to bonus action enter my rage.
All right.
I'm gonna hit this one, the same one again. I will use my whip because I'm curious to see if it'll grow if I hit it with my whip.
Okay. You make your whip attack.
That's a 22 to hit
22 does hit.
with 8 points of damage.
All right. So your whip does kind of sizzle through it, and it doesn't seem to have as much of an impact as you would have hoped. But it does still hurt it, and it does not grow.
I got my extra attack, y'all, and now we're going to check this theory again. I'm going to swing my scimitar at it and see if it grows or if it's done. I'm trying to channel Nedry here.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
How big can it grow?
Yeah.
26 to hit.
That hits. So go ahead and roll damage again.
Sorry if it grows, guys. I'm just so curious.
It takes another 4 damage.
Yes.
And then... Yeah, so it is now like 10 feet tall, and in fact, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Trina. Because it's basically growing to fill the space where you were standing.
Sure.
So you are having to back away across, like, unsteady roof tile.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you are able to move out of the way without falling.
And I'm going to yell, maybe don't use metal weapons. As loud as I possibly can.
I'm gonna take out my book and start reading.
Good thing you're not on my shoulder.
All right, Zinhorn.
Oh, and my ancestral protectors are in place.
Right, on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, let's use yellow for that. All right, Zinhorn. Oh, we don't hear you.
I'm going to cast Bless at 3rd level. So everyone in the party now gets a D4 added to their attack and saving throws.
Great.
Thank you, kind sir.
Pink dot is for concentration.
That is a concentration, yes.
Yep.
Lasts 1 minute.
Okay. Are you moving at all, or are you staying right there?
I am going to I think I'm going to stay where I am and as a bonus action cast spiritual weapon. 1 sec. All right, so that
Who did you target with Bless?
everybody.
I don't. What spell level did you use?
3rd.
Oh wow, wow! You're rolling up big guns. Ooh. I'm impressed.
So hang on, I've got your little hammer. Did I make that a thing? No. So hang on, let me. I didn't make it so that you have the control of the hammer the way I meant to. But presuming you're putting it up like right there.
Yes.
Okay, and it makes an attack.
Yes. And that is a dirty 20.
That will hit. And it does 3 force damage, which does not cause it to grow. It just slams it over a little bit, and it definitely takes the hit.
And I think I'm going to stay where I am, so that's my turn.
Okay. All right. That makes it Brennan's turn, and he's got his own. He's got a longsword, and so he's hears you say, "No metal, huh? Well, okay. Hang on." And he does have a crossbow across his back, and he will try firing that at the one on the roof. And that's a 15 to hit, which does hit for 6 piercing damage, but non-magical, so it's only going to do half that. All right. And then he kind of looks at the others and he says, "Here, I'm going to go around the other side." And yeah, and so he's headed around the other side of the building. All right, Zaleen, you're back up.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shadow Blade,
Okay.
and I'm going to strike the one in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to roll to attack?
I should. Hang on. It's confusing and scary.
I believe.
Yeah, I think I need to roll.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know what to roll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it just says like the dice there, and then when you hit it, it just hit the damage. But I don't have like the Shadow Blade under my weapon.
Yeah. So basically, you make a melee spell attack is the roll that you do. Okay. So if you have anything that would be your spell attack.
Did that work?
No, that's still
No.
just showing that it's just doing the casting again. You need the spell attack.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna roll regular dice.
Okay.
Well, if you click on where it says spell attack, like if you click on where it says spell, and then there's the modifier spell attack save DC. If you click where it says the spell attack, like the
There you
dice,
go.
it'll roll that.
All right, so you conjure. Describe what it looks like as you conjure this blade. That first one is what's going to count, which was a 9, unfortunately.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, I didn't even know I clicked it.
yeah. No, you got it
I
just now.
just messed
So,
around.
but whatever you've just done 3 times, that's what you need to do. So,
Okay.
But the 9 as the first roll, unfortunately, is going to miss. But describe what it looks like as you conjure this thing.
It's sort of like a long curved shadow that has like weird sort of shimmery gray and black and almost like oil in the sunlight look to it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so but then attempt to swing at it, and it ducks out of the way, agilely, like it has no actual weight to it. It's just sort of dancing along the ridge of the roof.
Yep.
Okay. Now it is their turn, and the one that is right there is going to make attacks against Trina, because Trina's ancestral or sort of spirit psychic friends network is egging it on. So it's going to roll and get a dirty 20 to hit. That hits. I think. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I was
right.
unmuted. Yes, it hits.
Oh, okay. And that's going to be 13 lightning damage to you. And then it actually moves and it shifts over here. And as it enters your space, you're going to take another 4 lightning damage, as it's like moved into your space and is kind of part of its electrical arcing energy is just swirling around you. All right, down there on the ground, you've got another one coming at you, Carolina, and it gets a 17 to hit.
That meets it.
Okay, and that's going to be just 6 lightning damage to you. But it also is moving onto your sort of space. And that's going to be another 8 lightning damage. Meanwhile, this third one is actually zapping at one of the people in the parade and going after that guy. And he's screaming in pain as he is electrically shocked. Okay, Carolina, your turn. This thing is like all up on you.
Are these people, like, have they, like, moved away? Or are they just, like, standing
I think that this has only been about 10 seconds so far. So I think that, yeah, let me go ahead and make a population turn.
I'm mostly concerned about this person that's next to me here.
Yeah, so they are they are now aware that something is happening. And are likely to flee when it's their turn again, which will be at the end of the round.
All right. Well, so that one is out. So I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. Okay. So it needs to make a Wisdom 15 saving throw.
Okay. Just makes it.
Ugh.
Just got 15 exactly.
Okay, we'll still take half as much damage.
Okay.
Ugh. Get off of there. Ugh. Okay. So we'll take 5.
Okay. All right. Takes 5. You get the feeling that if you don't move away, it's going to just keep shocking you.
Yeah. So I am going to move away, and as I do, I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself, because it's going to get an opportunity attack.
I'm just moving the token so you can grab yours, but move to where you're moving.
Let's see. Let me think. I'll go down here.
Okay. It will make an opportunity attack.
Great.
Natural 1.
Yes.
Which causes it to start another fire on the puppet. The turtle puppet.
I cannot do anything about that right this second.
All right. Nedry.
Oh, oh no. That doesn't look comfortable at all. Let go of my friend. And I will cast Mens Naviculata, or Mind Sliver, at the one that's surrounding Carolina. It
Okay.
makes an intelligence
Well, no, the
saving-
one Carolina moved away. There's one that's on
Well.
top of Trina.
This one, because it seemed to have her in a grip for a moment.
Okay, well, so yeah, so you can the small one that's on the ground by the turtle, right?
Yep.
Okay, yes. So that one is not around Carolina anymore, but you can certainly still target it.
That was the purpose, if not the condition. Intelligence saving throw,
Okay.
difficulty
Ooh.
15.
Intelligence is definitely not its jam. Let's see. It rolled a natural 14 minus 3 is 11.
Ooh, okay. It takes 11 psychic damage, and subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely sort of reels back and forth as though it is, in pain.
And Nedry does walk forward a little bit so he can see it better.
All right. Just realized that that last one that was afraid should have had one more saving throw on its turn, and it still failed, so it's still afraid. Okay. Nedry's turn. Okay, Trina, your turn. This thing is like all up on you. It's this. You've got giant lightning butt on you.
Smells like burning. Yeah, I've been flipping around my inventory this whole time going, I am going to, because what does she have, y'all? I'm gonna, it sounds like it took half damage, but I don't have anything. Okay, so I'm going to use my whip again on the one that's all up on me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
An 11, unfortunately, doesn't hit.
So I will do it again. Oh, geez.
And a 10 also does not hit.
And she's frustrated, so she takes out the quarterstaff that she never uses. But what the hell, right?
So quarterstaff, I think, is a two-handed weapon, or
Is it?
Is it versatile?
It says versatile.
Okay, you're
Simple.
fine then. Never mind. So
Oh, good,
26
'cause
will
it was
hit. Yeah.
26. The wooden stick hit. For 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so once again, it only seems to, partially hurt the creature, but you did do damage to it. So your psychic friends network, I feel like I'm going to keep calling it that until we come up with a better name for it. Is still active on that one.
Okay.
Are you going to try to move away?
Yes, I will move out from under its big ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the wrong screen. To, just to here.
Okay. So you're still in range, no opportunity attack. All right. That is your turn. Zinharn.
Can I get? With
Just
it-
occurred to me. Remember trying to add your D4 to your bless D4 to your attack rolls. None of those would have made a difference, but do just remember to do that.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Paul.
That's okay. So can I move somewhere where I can get line of sight on the one that was on Carolina, the one by the puppet?
Yeah, I mean,
That
so
one,
I think
yeah.
I think if you just move 5 feet to the right, you'll be able to, have line of sight on it.
Okay.
But
is that
you're-
a safe enough
You are
place?
still 40 feet away, so if your spell needs you to be closer than that, you'd have to move closer. That would
Yeah.
work.
So I need to be within 30 feet to use my breath weapon.
Yes, 30 feet. Although your breath weapon, because your breath weapon is a line,
Yeah.
anyone in between you would still
Okay.
would be subject to it.
So if I started here, can I hit the one here?
The one on the roof.
Yeah.
I'll say yes, just barely, because it's like 25 feet away laterally and also up. But I'll say that's still good.
So if I move there,
Yeah.
then it's going to go over this guy right in front of me.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to use my breath weapon on that one.
And
okay, so it has to make a Dex 12 saving throw,
right,
dexterity with a target of 12.
for your lightning breath, right?
Yes.
So it's not going to make the saving throw, and this is perhaps something that goes into the worth a shot category. But you see that your lightning breath actually curves around to intersect it, and as it does, it starts to shiver, and then it's have the right. It doesn't double in size this time, but it does get one more size category bigger.
All right.
Trina, as you are enveloped in it, you're going to take another 9 lightning damage.
Got it. I don't like it, but I got it.
All right. And I'm going to use my spiritual hammer again. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And 3 points. Still minimal damage.
Well, it does take all of it, though. All right. So, as you know, are you moving doing anything else? Probably not.
If I can, I want to get closer to it because I have lightning resistance.
Okay, I mean, you want to try to climb up onto the roof?
Yes.
Make an athletics check.
I got an 8.
Okay, yeah, I think you are trying it, but you struggle on some slippery tiles, and you don't fall or anything, but you're not quite able to get up there yet.
Okay.
All right. Brennan's turn. As promised, he's sprinting around the other side to try to make sure that there's a way. He could make sure that nothing's happening over there, but he takes him his whole turn to get all around there. Okay. I think as he's yelling towards that other one, he's shouting out, he's like, "Hey, over here, come on!" And then that makes it the crowd's turn. And so, yeah, they are, like, fleeing in terror now that they are aware that, oh god, monsters fighting, scary things happening. So, whoops. Gosh. Okay. So a lot of these, yeah. And sorry, I'm moving a lot of tokens here. I hope you will all forgive me. Gosh. And this one is going to flee, but it goes to zap at her. No, actually, it wouldn't have its reaction this round because of Carolina moving away from it. So she gets away. This guy is trying to get away from that one, but it makes its attack at disadvantage because it's still afraid. But it is still going to hit that guy, and that guy goes down unconscious. Trying to get away, but everyone else seems to be fleeing. Okay, Zaleen, your turn again.
Bonus action, Hexblade Curse on that giant electrical jerk in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to hit it with my Shadow Blade again.
Okay.
Or I'm going to try, anyway.
Okay, and so remember to roll a 1d4 to for your bless.
How do you do that?
So if you look on your sheet on the lower left, you can click on dice to roll just custom dice. Like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
if you want to
Okay.
figure out where you can roll just a 1d4, and we'll add that to your 14.
That's a 3.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that is
13 psychic damage. That's pretty good.
I also get to do something because of my hex.
Okay.
I also get to add +3 bonus damage.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Is it
So,
right?
yeah, like you slash out with this sword of shadow that you're carrying, and it is a dramatic hit. It definitely reels as a result.
Didn't get bigger, did it?
Nope, it did not. Okay. That makes it. Or anything else on your turn?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. It is its turn again. This little one down here might like to try to go after Brennan, but he's actually still too afraid to move any closer to... Actually, he can go like this and not get any closer to Zaleen. So he's attacking Brennan. Still at disadvantage because he's afraid. That's not going to do it. Nope, he misses in his attack. And then saving throw to try to shake off the fear. Oh, he succeeds that time. Wait, what's your DC? Your spell save DC, Zaleen? Is it 14? I can't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's 14.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, so it does succeed. No longer feared. All right. This one down here in the corner, I think, is going to zip up to you, Nedry. And it's making 2 shock attacks at you. One is a natural 1 and will not hit on that. And the other is just a 10, so it won't hit on either of those. But it does move into your space, which is going to give you 7 lightning damage. And then we got the big one here. As it's gotten so big, it seems to be like just shivering with all of this excess energy. And it all of a sudden sort of bursts. And everyone within 30 feet needs to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw. Oh, hang on. These 2 guys should have definitely run away. But so that basically means all of you make a dexterity saving throw.
Fail.
Brennan also fails.
Do we add 2 for bless?
Roll a 1d4 and then add that.
I would probably still fail.
Well, that makes it a 23 for me.
Okay, that's a success.
I got a 10, but I have lightning defenses because I'm Dragonborn.
Right, so this will be lightning damage, so you'll only take half of what you would take. So...
Nedry got a 19.
That's a success. So 13 is what you were looking for. So everyone who failed has 28 lightning damage.
I got a dirty 20.
That's a
failed.
success. So if you failed or if you succeeded, you only take 14. So Zinhorn would also take 14 because he has lightning resistance.
I'm going to use my, and I have to find it, my Talisman Rebuke
Okay.
to cause 3 psychic damage.
Okay, yeah. So one thing that you notice and perhaps are grateful for, though, is that after it does that burst, it is once again small.
So that was 14 for those that succeeded the
yeah.
save.
Yeah. Whoops.
I'm down
yeah.
to 50. I've got 15 hit points. That's something that Trina would be like, wow.
I got 5.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, Jenny, also don't
All
forget
right,
you
I'll
still have
heal
that
everyone.
1d6 you can be using.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Thank you.
yeah. So Brennan got zapped by that too. Everyone did your appropriate amount of damage based on your roll.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So that one, now that it discharged all of that energy, is going to roll over towards to Trina and make its one attack. But it only gets a 9.
Did I forgot to make sure that Zaleen got protection from the ancestral protectors?
Well, so that wasn't an attack roll.
Okay.
It was just an environmental effect. It just
Gotcha.
blew up with a bunch of excess electricity. I did this one that attacked Nedry this round, right? That was this round, right? Or can you confirm that, Nedry? Am I misremembering which round? I think
I
it.
believe it just attacked. Yes, it just it attacked, then moved on to him.
Okay,
it
so I guess what I'm
missed
just saying is the big one doing its discharge thing, was that the first one or the last one for the round? I've lost track.
I think that was the last one.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, okay.
Yeah.
Now, then, it's Carolina's turn.
All right. So, well, I feel a little bad about doing this, but I gotta. So, I'm actually going to move. Oops, wrong thingy.
Incidentally, I
There
think
we
that whole discharge made this fire bigger.
Yeah, how big would it be? Is it still smaller than a campfire? Or
No, I
campfire size?
I think campfire size is about right.
Okay, because I could still work with that. So I want to actually move here, which I don't know if I'll take an opportunity.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
It gets an 11, so probably misses.
No, that misses. Use prestidigitation to put out the fire, and then bonus action healing word on that guy that's down in the street.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, he's a commoner. We probably don't have to mess around with exactly how many hit points that is. But he sort of gasps, looks up and glances over at you, you know, wide-eyed.
Run!
He nods like, yes, yeah. Okay, great. Anything else on your turn?
No, I think that's it.
All right, Nedry.
That wasn't very nice.
And he kind of traces out shakily a symbol into the air, which has an arrow on it. Got this. And he casts Misty Step to move. If I can find myself there.
So Carolina just used up its opportunity attack. So if you wanted to move, it wouldn't give you an opportunity attack anyway.
Yeah, he's not really thinking of that too much.
Fair enough. Okay, so do you,
At the moment, so he teleports to the roof over there.
great.
Menace Naviculata.
And I also cast Mind Sliver once more.
Okay, on that
It
same
is an
one.
intelligence saving throw minus 1d4.
All right. It's probably not going to succeed. We'll see. Okay, so it rolled a natural 17, minus 3, minus 2.
Ah, there you go.
That would make it 12.
That is a fail.
Yeah.
It takes 9 psychic damage and has a minus d4 on its next saving throw
Nice.
for my turn.
That definitely hurt it. Okay. Nice tactics getting up on the other roof there. Okay, that makes it Trina's turn. Got this little one in front of you. It's little again now.
I'm going to swing my mighty quarterstaff.
All right.
Okay. So 16 to hit.
Okay, 16 hits, yeah.
And that's actually with the rage, that's actually 9 points of damage.
Okay, so it's going to, take half of that, so 4.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is definitely looking a little more like erratic and sort of flickery compared to the others.
Yeah, I'm going to hit it again.
Mm-hmm.
That's another 16 to hit.
Will also hit.
4, 8, 10 points of damage.
Is the rage bonus damage on every attack or just the first
It's
one?
on strength weapons, which I believe the quarterstaff is.
All right, we'll just do it that way. That for now, that's fine. I will look up to be sure later, but we'll do it that way for now.
I've been forgetting it this entire time.
No, that's
so if
great.
I'm
No, yeah, like I'm not worried about it. I'm
Not sure.
just curious and for my own use. But yeah, so once again, it'll take half, but it is
Okay.
definitely, you're whittling it down.
My extra attack is only a
It's 7 to hit. It's
7 to
not
hit. Yeah.
not gonna do it. Actually, no, that 7 is a damage roll. So do another attack roll.
11.
11 is gonna miss though.
Plus the D.
Did you add your plus 1d4?
Well, it wouldn't.
No, I
well,
forgot about
actually,
the
yeah, it's a
D4.
15. So if you
Damn
get a
it.
4,
I keep forgetting. Yeah, it's a +3, so that makes it
14. Unfortunately,
14.
doesn't hit. Yeah, could have done it, but okay. Are you gonna move at all or staying right there?
I'm gonna stay. Well, I think I'm gonna jump down and head towards the one that's attacking Brennan.
Okay. If you move away from this one, it will make an opportunity attack.
Let me not do that since my health is so low, so I'll just stay there.
All right. Okay. So that is Trina's turn. Okay, Zinhorn, you want to try another athletics roll to get up on the roof?
Actually, I want to do. Can I do my bonus action with the spiritual hammer first?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to do that first.
All right. An 18 does hit.
And 10 damage from going from minimal damage to
Alright.
maximum.
It says it's a higher level cast for some reason.
Oh, I must have clicked the wrong box,
Okay.
but that does not affect it. That'll be a second level.
Yeah.
spell.
Well, so it looks like it doesn't. It didn't make any difference to the damage it rolled.
No, it
anyway.
doesn't.
So it's still you got 10 force damage, which is not bad. This thing is like the worst fluorescent light bulb that you've ever seen. It's but it is still there for the moment.
Yep, and I want to move over toward this one and then cast mass healing word.
Nice. Okay, and that is a 30-foot range, I believe.
That is a 60-foot range, and I can affect 6 people, so I will get everybody.
You probably have to be able to see them. Am I wrong?
Oh crap! I kind of don't want to ignore that, but mass healing word.
Let's see. Up.
Yeah,
so
you
you
can
have to
see.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to get Brennan because he's around the corner, but you could get everyone else.
Okay, so can I keep that roll or
The 10. Yeah. So everyone except Brennan gets 10 hit points back.
And that includes me,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah. You
Many
can
thanks.
include yourself. Yeah.
You are very welcome.
All right. Okay, Brennan's turn. You still hear him, shouting from the other side, like he's still up for now. But I think he is going to try to back away from it in order to use his crossbow again, and and I think he's shouting something about the fact I'm better with my sword. It does hit him with the opportunity attack. Takes another 9 lightning damage, which he's not feeling great. But then he attacks with his crossbow. That's not enough to hit. So yeah, he misses, unfortunately, with the crossbow. All right, that is Brennan's turn. It is the crowd's turn. The only remaining guy that was anywhere near gets up and runs away. Everyone else is running further away. But a number of people are kind of like they've run to safety, but they are staying close enough to where they can kind of still see that the fight's happening. Like you have witnesses. All right, Zaleen.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Maddening Hex on the one that is assaulting my Trina.
Mm-hmm.
And so he takes the 3 psychic damage.
Okay. As it takes the 3 psychic damage, it just fizzles out.
Okay.
Gone.
And then I'm going to... is that cart... Like, how far would that be if I wanted to jump off onto that cart?
I think it would be like 15-foot drop.
Okay.
If you did
so
it
I'm gonna,
like from the center, which it seems like.
Yep. I'm gonna run up here and then I'm gonna run down and jump onto this cart.
Okay. Are you
and
jumping
hit
down
that
to
one.
right like onto the space for that one?
Yep. I'm gonna like drop down with my blade,
Okay.
like stabbing into it.
Okay. So, make an attack roll, but then also take 10 lightning damage and 4 bludgeoning damage from the fall. But you,
Oh, I didn't get to make like a dexterity check or anything. Like,
well, you're jumping right into the middle of a lightning
that's
creature.
yeah. Okay. So I have 1 hit
But
point.
I will allow you. I will allow you though to make your attack with advantage
Oh,
because
okay.
of your daring maneuver. All right, 22 will definitely hit. Well, and remember, you also do have the bless still, but you know
And
that would have
the
hit
bardic
anyway.
inspiration can be used to add damage to your attack, I believe.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So I will do that after I roll my damage.
Okay, 16, and then I can add that D6 still, or is it D8 now,
It's a D6, I think.
Carolina?
Oh, it's a D8.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so roll,
Yes,
roll
it
a,
is.
roll
I
a
just
D8
looked, I
then
was like,
instead
holy
of that,
crap. Yes,
All right.
it's a D8.
So I'll re-roll.
although you got a 5,
Could've
so
had
it's
it.
like...
Oh, I rolled an 8.
Oh, you did! Look at that! So it's actually
Yes.
16 plus 8 as you use your bardic inspiration for a total of 24 psychic damage. Boop-boop.
Plus 3 from my original hex curse.
Oh, well, but that you use that on the other one? Is this... you?
No, that was Maddening Hex. This is the Hexblade's curse. It does plus 3 bonus damage
On any creature?
against. Oh no, you're right. It was
You
the
killed
one I
the one
targeted.
that
Never mind.
you had put the original hex on.
Yeah. Never mind. I forgot. Sorry.
That's all right. But nonetheless, that is still a very powerful attack, and it is sent reeling, but it is not destroyed.
Okay.
And yeah, so if you want to try to move out of its space, you can, but if you move out of its range, you'll get an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I only have 1 hit point, so I'm not going to do that.
Well, I mean, if you don't move out of its space, you're definitely going to take damage on its turn.
All right, then I will just risk it, and I will dive out of its space.
Okay. So you can move out of its space without taking an opportunity attack. You just can't move further, if that
Right.
makes sense.
So I will do that.
Okay. So is that where you wanted to be right there, or?
Or do you want to fall at Zenhorn's feet?
Yeah.
That's good. I should just fall in Zinhorm's
Just like
arms
land
Yeah.
in his
save
arms.
me.
I like that. You want to land over there?
Sure.
All right. Okay. That's Zaylene's
It's a trust
turn.
fall, is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, technically, I deleted the one that had its initiative on the tracker, so let me fix that. Because actually, they were no, they were right after.
They were before me. It was 21 was the initiative for them.
21, right? Okay. So it is their turn now. So they would have just got you zapped, but I think it is going to. Let's see. This one is coming up to try to hit Brennan again. 13, I don't think does it for him. Nope, definitely not. So it does move onto him though and give him that contact damage for another 5 on him. That one, by the way, you guys really haven't done much to. And Brennan is starting to look a little rough over there. But that's that one. And then this one over here, I mean, as much as I would like to spread it around and help you out there, Zaylene, you are the one that just jumped on its head and hurt it real bad. So it's definitely going to attack you.
Okay.
And it gets a 26 to hit.
Oh yeah, that definitely.
Oof.
Yeah. And you're gonna take 6 lightning damage. Is it
I'm
zaps at you?
unconscious.
Yeah. And then it moves into your space, Zinhorn, and causes you 7 lightning damage.
And I take half of that, right?
Right, yes. So 3.
3.
All right.
I don't get a save on that?
No, not from this, because it's literally just
Okay.
like, it's just bursting with electricity. So just like it moves into you because it's insubstantial. So there's really nothing to like keep it. Like, and touching it is what does the damage. So there's really like no save to make for that.
Okay.
It would be like if fire could just run up at you. Okay. That is them's attacks. Carolina.
Yeah.
You're torn, right? Because
so-
you got what?
Yeah. So, really worried look over my shoulder, but I'm confident that Zinhorn, I'm confident in his abilities, so I'm going to move like right here. And I'm going to try this again because it didn't work last time, but I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level
Okay.
on this guy. So wisdom save 15.
Fails.
Yes.
How much damage does it take?
9. Just not much, but
Okay.
it also
That's actually the first damage that one for that one though.
It must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay. So, good news and bad
Straight
news.
to the crowd.
That works.
Yeah.
But it has a movement speed of 60 feet.
Yikes.
And so basically it moves directly away from you like that and electrocutes 3 people on its way.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Are they still standing? Ooh, that doesn't look good.
No, they
Skull and
faint.
crossbones isn't everything.
So they are unconscious. They,
No.
they're not insta killed. But they don't look good though. So okay, that was that's Carolina's turn. Anything else?
Let me see. Trina. Yeah, kind of look up at Trina and like with this really sheepish look on my face say, through hope and fear we have beat back the darkness. A legion of heroes of legend are we. You now have 1d8 bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
Save our friend.
Yeah. All right. That was Carolina's turn. Nedry.
How high is this puppet thing?
So at its tallest, it's probably like 30 feet, where it would be tallest in the center of the back. But it would say average height around the like perimeter of that would be like 20, 25 feet.
So it's taller than these buildings that are around it then.
Yeah, but if the idea is that you want to jump from the roof onto it and clamber onto it, that was absolutely awesome.
Well, it's a better perspective. He will do the men's noculata at the this one though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's again that mind sliver.
Right.
Intelligence save -D4.
All right. Okay, it rolled a 10, -3, -1, so yeah, it fails.
Snake eyes. 2 points of psychic damage,
Oh.
although -D4 on its next save.
Yeah.
And then yes, he will try to scramble across the roof and see if he can kind of make its way,
Okay.
I guess, onto the snout probably.
So I will ask for an athletics check, but it's not a high DC. You think you can make it?
Well, he's going to try anyway.
Acrobatics I
that's-
would allow also, if that's better.
Acrobatics is slightly better,
All right.
which makes a terrible roll into a slightly roll. That's a 12.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough. That I feel like you're on it a little bit unsteady, feeling like you're feeling the parts of the head that kind of move, but it's steady enough for you to clamber across. You get the feeling that it would probably be less steady if you weren't so small. But
Okay.
yeah, so
And how
would've been-
can I move any further, or is that as
yeah,
far
that
as
would have
I-
been just 5 feet of movement. So,
Oh, okay. So
or
it's gonna
actually no,
scramble up
I
the
think
back.
you moved 10 squares, or 2 squares. So yeah, I'd say you can get there just fine.
Okay. Just scrambling up to get a better perspective from up there.
All right.
See what he can see.
Great. So yeah, this one down here by Zinhorn is just looking pretty rough. Okay. Trina.
Let's run away.
Unfortunately, Carolina wasn't specific about which friend to help. We have a friend to the left and a friend to the south.
Mm-hmm.
But one of them is down. Is she unconscious?
And there's 3 civilians down, so Girls Night Solidarity. She's gonna go attack the one that took Saline down.
Okay. Make an athletics
done-
check as you jump down the cart. Because I'd imagine for Trina, it's not really acrobatics. It's literally just like, I'm going to just take it. Like, just jumping.
Do I get an? Can I add my 1d8 to this?
You're raging, so you can, but you also actually have advantage because you're raging.
Let me do that again.
Yeah. Instead of that natural
That's
one.
better. Oh.
Yeah, 24 is better. Yeah. So I think you managed to just you would take you take 1 bludgeoning damage for the fall. But yeah, you land there though. You're good.
So I'm gonna swing my mighty quarterstaff.
So
14 to hit.
yeah. Bearing in mind,
Uh-huh.
it's all over Zinhorn right now. So you're trying. I'm
Oh.
actually. You already missed that one, so we'll just call that even. But I think you're actually going to need to attack at disadvantage because you're
Okay.
trying to not hit him.
Everyone
Oh.
in this party gonna hit me at some point in time.
Well, she's
what it
also
also-
at advantage though, because she's raging, right?
Rage doesn't give you advantage.
Oh,
No, advantage
Oh,
on
no,
strength
reckless
checks,
attack
but not
rolls,
attack.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
Let me see.
So I think. So how about this?
No, I just had this
Okay.
set for 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be
So-
a +7 disadvantage. So
All right.
7,
So
12. Yeah.
yeah. So the
11.
yeah, that 11 is not gonna do it. So that's 2 attacks.
So those were straight D20 rolls, though.
Oh,
But then adding the 7.
no, the 14 is a +7. Got the +7
Okay.
on it.
Okay, good.
And then the 11 looks like it was a. Oh, okay, okay. The two. So that 11
What did
is
it
rolling
do?
2d20s, and it's got a 6 and a 5.
Added them together. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so 6 plus 7
So-
would have been 13. So yeah, that 11 is still a miss. So
wow.
you have one more attack to roll at disadvantage.
There's got to be a better way to roll than
Oh,
the way I'm
remember.
doing
Oh,
it.
wait, no. That 13, if you roll your bardic inspiration, might make it a hit.
And her bless.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
God, y'all. Y'all are making me a decent player. Well, that was a 1.
Okay.
So
That's a
4.
14.
13 would have made
So
it a
that's
14.
another 4.
So with the bardic inspiration on top of that, that does make it a hit.
Okay. Ooh, cashing in all the coupons tonight, y'all.
Yeah.
That's what it's there for.
Well, let's see how much
Yep.
damage you do.
And the damage is
6.
so plus
it
the
takes-
2 for the quarterstaff melee damage, right? Because it's a melee weapon.
Well, so yeah, I guess it would be the rage. So it would.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. So 6 plus 2 would make 8, and it takes half, which is 4. It had 5 hit points, so it has 1 hit point left.
I kind of want to tickle fight it to death, but I guess I'll use my last quarterstaff
No,
attack.
I think that's 3 already for you. The 14.
Was it?
The 14 was a
Oh.
miss, and then the
Yeah,
11
you're right.
was a disadvantage miss, and then yeah. So, actually, no, I take it back. Never mind. No, you never mind. I'm wrong, actually, because the 14 was the first attack. The 11 was the disadvantage second attack. Now this one, the 23, would hit, but I need the second roll,
Disadvantage.
though. The disadvantage
19.
roll. Oh, 19, that still hits. And it had 1 hit point left.
Boom.
So you're standing there with your quarterstaff, looking at Zinhorn with this lightning going all over him, and you're like, hold still. But you blast the thing off of him, and it totally just dissipates.
Yay.
Nice work. Okay, that is the end of your turn. Yeah.
If I have any, I think I've got I don't know how much movement I would lose for going
I
down
think,
a level.
yeah, I think with
So-
going over the roof as difficult terrain and then jumping down, I think that's your move.
Okay.
But okay, Zinhorn, your turn. Zaleen is right there by you.
Yes, Zaleen, you get 25 hit points back as I call upon Rashama to heal you with my divine life preservation.
Very nice. All right.
A divine life
And-
preserver, you might say.
Yep, and I am going to move. What is one?
So it's difficult terrain to sort of squeeze past the puppet everywhere except just right there at the corner.
Okay, so
But
that
so-
should get me
5, 10,
about there.
20, 25. Yeah, you can basically get right to them.
And my spiritual hammer can move in the direction of the lightning as far as it goes,
20
which I think
feet,
is 30.
I think it's 20 feet. I'll move it another 10 feet if you look it up and tell me it's 30.
All right,
But I think it's 20.
20.
Yeah. All right. It's Brennan. But he is. Yeah. So he's looking pretty rough, but he's also looking at those people that just got hurt, and he is actually going to charge in that direction. 6. And what he's doing is he's yelling at everybody else, like, "Get back! Get back! Get out of the way!" Yeah. Doom, doom, doom. And he's going to make a crossbow attack. And he hits. And that's going to be Okay, so that's going to be 7 non-magical piercing damage. So it takes 3 of that, which is not very much, but attracts its attention. Then at the end of his turn, yeah, all of these people are like, ah! This guy, let's see, it's going to try to zap him. And it does. So yeah, that's another guy down. And everyone else is, trying to get away. All right. And then I'm making death saving throws for these first 3. 16, an 18, and a 5. So that's 2 successes and 1 failure for the first round for those guys. Okay, that is their turn. Zaleen, your turn. You're back on your feet, or you're probably still prone, but you're healed.
I will get up and I will move 15 feet to the edge of the wall here.
Yeah, probably can't
That's
get
it.
quite around the
I
corner.
can't even get around the corner.
I mean, if you use your
Yeah.
action to dash, you could. But I mean, if you wouldn't be
Yeah,
able to
I
do
will.
anything anyway, you might as well. Up to you.
So I will end up there. Yeah, I can't do anything else because I wouldn't be able to see it. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's all I'll do.
Okay.
And I'll thank Zinhorn as I run by.
All right. So the this one here got shot by Brennan, so it's going to rush at him. Just occurred to me. I've been proceeding with the assumption that the crossbow bolts are not metal, but they probably would be, really. But it's fine. I'm not going to retcon that at this point. But it does go to attack Brennan, and it hits him. And it does 7 lightning damage with that attack. And then also moves into his space. Does another 8. He is looking really bad. Okay. That is the remaining Elecron's turn. Carolina, your turn.
Oh, man. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go here. I think that's... Yeah. Okay. And... I'm gonna call out to this thing. And as my bonus action, use my bardic inspiration to use unsettling words on it.
Okay.
And sort of taunt it.
All right.
Say, you think you're so tough? Come and get me. And I'd stand in the middle of the street and wave my arms and
Okay.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, what does that do?
That he has to subtract a 1d8, or it has to subtract a 1d8. Where'd it go? Must subtract the number rolled from the next saving throw it makes before the start of my next turn.
Okay. Does it take any damage or anything? Is that?
Nope. But I'm also, because that is a bonus action.
Okay.
Let me just make sure. I think
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that one's a little.
Yes, that is a bonus action. And then I'm also going to cast Mind Sliver on it.
Okay.
And that is a Wisdom 15. Or, no, Intelligence 15. My bad.
Because that's the same one that Nedry's been doing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not good at those. Yeah. So it rolled a natural 4, -3, and then minus what? A D8, you said?
Yeah.
Got a -4.
Well, it'll take 6 points of damage, and then has to subtract a d4.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna rule you, by virtue of it getting so low, you have adequately taunted it. You suspect that it is actually drawing its attention on you now. Okay, you'll
Come at
decide
me,
next
bro.
round if you'll decide next round if you still feel like that was a good idea. All right. However, what you know is Brennan still looks really bad, and it is still currently on him. He will very likely still take damage the next thing's turn. So.
Okay. So
Okay.
much at a time, though.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just making sure you understand the situation. All right, Nedry, your turn.
Can't do all the things. Let's see. Let's touch. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I can get any closer than I want. So, Nedry takes a step forward, nearly falls off the thing, yells out "Galedo" and vanishes into a puff of shadow that reappears here
Okay.
as it casts Misty Step. Let's see. Proceeds to then charge towards them. It's getting away. Mens Nova Gelada. I will cast Mind Sliver on the creature.
Okay. One note that I'm not going to. We'll need to maybe just talk about is that I think the usual rule is that if you cast a spell even as a bonus action, that the
Mind Sliver is a cantrip.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I don't know why I was misremembering there was a cantrip. Okay, great. So another intelligence saving throw, huh? Minus
Yep, minus
D4.
Minus D4 from hers.
Man, intelligence saving throws are saving the day here. Yeah. Okay. Rolled a natural 6, -3, -4.
So it takes 5 points of psychic damage, and now we'll have an additional negative D4 on saving throws.
Well, not an additional. Well, I guess it is an additional, right?
Yeah, two different effects.
Yeah. So how much damage? 6. How much?
6, yeah.
Okay.
6.
Yeah. So this one is still pretty tough. It hadn't really been taking any damage during all the rest of that. Okay. Now Trina, your turn.
Trina's gonna just dash to get to it.
Okay.
And her movement speed is 40 now, so she can get pretty close. I had her like right here.
40.
It was 15 to get around the corner.
That looks about right. So
Okay.
you're within whip range.
I'm just
I
hearing
know.
this like thundering pounding around the corner as an elephant person
Yeah.
comes roaring past.
And jingling. Can I do my bonus action chant to maintain rage?
Yeah. What is
Okay.
what is the chant this time?
I forgot to think of one.
Okay. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just
Hit me, baby, one more time.
nice.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
We're getting drunk in here.
All right, Zinhorn, your turn.
Okay.
You can see there's several people on the ground. Brennan is looking really rough.
All right. I am going to move forward 30 feet. Yeah. They have the right thing selected. 10, 20, 30. And then I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level,
Okay.
which has a range of 120 feet.
Mm-hmm. And does need an attack roll.
Yep, on that attack roll of 14.
A 14, unfortunately, does not hit.
Do I get my own bless
Um,
D4?
I don't think so. I mean,
Oh,
not,
no, no. That only affected 5 people,
Yeah.
and I excluded myself.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm afraid that doesn't get there.
That is
it
not
sails
going to
by,
get
alas.
there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move the spiritual hammer. It's 20 feet further up.
Yep.
And I think that's all I can do.
All right. It is Brennan's turn. He's gonna disengage. Gosh, that's a thing you can do. It turns out. Yeah, he sees you. He sees you, everyone coming to his aid, and then trying to just stomping forward at full speed, and he's just like, "Help me, trying to disengage." Doom, 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 doom. Yeah. So with the disengaged, no opportunity attack.
And he's running straight toward Carolina, who just taunted it.
Well, I mean, he's running away. Is what he's doing.
Yep.
I
There's a
think
train
also,
coming-
like,
a
it's
train
one
coming
thing to
in, so-
taunt. It's also another thing that there's, like, another target even closer. I think it's not going to be a problem. You're not wrong to think about these things, but yeah, I think it'll be okay. Okay, downed onlookers making new saving throws. So, ooh, that's 2 failures for the 2 that had a success last time. Another second failure for the one that failed last time, and for the new guy that's just rolling for the first time, success. So the guy on the end here has only 1 roll in, and it's a success. Everyone else has 1 success and 1 failure. All right, that is that is the bystander's turn. Zaylene, your turn.
I'm going to move up here so I can see it and not hit anybody else, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay,
And I'm gonna shoot both beams right at it.
makes sense. 24 will hit. And a 17 will also hit.
Okay, so that is
10 for the first one. Nice. And then 5. Okay, yeah.
so 15 total.
Yep. You're whittling it down. This one's still got a ways to go, but it's definitely taking those hits.
That's my turn.
All right. It is its turn now, and I think it might have been on its way to Carolina, but it's also got a great big Loxodon charging it, so it's going to move into your space, Trina. And
That's why I came here.
yeah, and it's going to where did that D10 go? There it goes. So you take 6 lightning damage from it just moving into your space, and then its attack roll is 22 to hit.
That hits for sure.
So that's going to be another 13 lightning damage.
Okay, that hurts.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Down to 5. Not gonna lie.
All right. Okay, that is its turn. Carolina, you're up.
All right. Well, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to catch Brennan here. And I'm going to use my Cure Wounds thingy that I have.
Okay. Your Cure Wounds
That was
thingy?
crappy. Yeah, it doesn't cost a spell slot. It's a bardic
Oh, okay.
feature thingy.
All right.
So yeah, he gets 5 back.
Well,
was a
that's
really crappy
5
roll.
more than he had for sure.
Yeah. So I'll kind of grab his arm and do that, and then look over at Zenhorn, and I will say, "For the mountain remains as all else fades away, a shelter, a beacon, a home. and also say, save them. And you now have a 1d8, which you can add to any healing spell that you cast. So, like, should you cast Mass Healing Word again and save these people? Just saying.
One
Add a
note.
1d8.
I don't have the slot.
One note, Zinhorn, I think you should have made a Constitution saving throw for concentration when you got zapped by the discharge. So let's just have you make it right now.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
16.
16. Yeah, that because you only took 14 damage, so yeah, you're good. You still have bless up. Okay. Also, now you are bardic inspired. Okay, Carolina, doing anything else? You probably would have moved up to where Brendan is, yeah?
Yeah, probably like pulled him kind of behind me, but I'm not really gonna get any closer.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's
that.
it.
Sure. Okay. Nedry.
Okay. Sure. He is going to hold out the pen, charge towards Trina, tracing a symbol which is kind of getting elongated as he's going along, and reach out. This is going to hurt, but he's going to do it anyway, and grab onto or touch onto her shoulder, or touch on probably her elbow, actually. Presidium! And cast Protection from Evil and Good.
Oh.
And with his other hand, slam down on Protective Verses. Energy flies out from it. I'll spend one charge and give her 15 temporary hit points as well.
Very nice.
That's delicious. Thank you.
And a small little glow forms around him as his shields build back up.
Okay, I'm double checking, and sure enough, protection from evil and good does incorporate elementals. All right.
Wow. Yay.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, Nedry. Trina, it is your turn now. This thing is on you. You know that if it stays on you, you'll take damage, but you're feeling a little better.
I'm gonna take let's see. I'm gonna step to the side so it's not on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna swing at it with my quarterstaff.
All right.
And so it's 17 to hit.
Will hit, yeah.
Okay. So that's 9.
Mm-hmm. So another 4 that it takes.
Ooh.
Oh, nope.
Even rolling a d4, I don't think will help that.
No, that's a negative, or a natural 1, rather. Swing wide on that one.
21 to hit.
Okay.
8 points of damage.
Okay. I'm going to count it this time, but I'm just realizing that the quarterstaff's not a light weapon. I don't think you can do an offhand attack with it.
Okay.
But I let it go for this turn. But normally if you had your scimitars, your other light weapons, that's what you would normally have it. But it's fine. It still counts for this time though.
Okay, and Ancestral Guardian would be in play.
Yeah. Okay. That is your turn. Zinhorn.
All right. I am going to move forward 10, 20. Is that 30? I get that right?
Yeah, it seems right.
Okay. And the civilian directly above me, I'm going to do Spare the Dying.
Okay.
And then my spiritual hammer can move 20 feet and will be in range for an attack.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking it wouldn't be, but then it moved, right? So, yeah.
Yep. I had to make sure I placed myself in the right place.
That's good. So go ahead and roll that attack.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh.
So,
So 11 force damage.
11. Yes, 11 force damage.
Nice. That knocks it for a loop. It is looking pretty bad. It's very flickering and buzzing now, but it's not destroyed. Okay.
Doesn't
Brennan,
he get to roll his damage dice twice, or did he?
It did automatically.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh. Yeah.
Had to ask.
So the 7 was the regular damage, and then it added a second D8.
He has inspiration. The bardic inspiration.
Oh
Can I
yeah,
add
you
damage?
can. You do.
Yeah.
So you can add that damage as well.
So
And it's
it's
a
roll
roll
a
dice.
D8.
It's doubled.
It's a 1d8, yeah.
Oh, and it
Good.
would be doubled too, because it's crit. All the damage dice you roll.
That's hot.
Nice.
Nice.
nice catch.
So
10
roll 2d8.
points.
10. Another 10.
Another 10.
That does it.
Woo!
How do you finish off this last electron with your spiritual hammer?
I reach down and touch the civilian, spare the dying, look up at my hammer, and go. And it comes in charging and just straight down slams it into the ground.
And as the hammer lifts, there's just a little bit of residual crackling on the ground, but then it's gone. It dissipates. And you are no longer in initiative, and you can now certainly not, I won't say like at your leisure. I'm just going to go ahead and say you're able to spare the dying on all these unconscious people.
Okay, good. Yes. Save the
Because
civilians.
you would certainly be doing that. Yeah.
And I would definitely pass around. I still have some spell slots and healing word available, so
Okay.
I'm going to get them back on their feet because I'm the one that put them there, sort of unintentionally, but
So as you finished off the last one, everybody who's kind of like had run away but was still watching cheers. Yay! And then as you're immediately tending to these people too. So do you have enough to get all 4 of them up?
let's see. I have 2 second levels and 2 third levels, so yeah.
Yeah, nice. They are extremely grateful as they, look up at the people who saved their lives.
And I will get Brennan.
Actually, I have
He's
a
kind of
first level
kicking the dirt
left,
where it
too.
died to see if there's
Yeah,
any evidence.
well, I haven't used
whatsoever.
any of my first level spell slots, so why don't you let me grab that one?
All right.
So Brennan is going to get 7 points back.
Very nice. Okay.
And of course, as I do this, I will also hand them a card. Say, if there's anything you need, if you have any other trouble, please let me know. And give them one of the business cards.
Can both cause and get you out of trouble.
Yeah. All right. So I think that this actually makes a pretty good point to stop for tonight, as we as the pocket protectors have now achieved their first very public victory, saving the bystanders and the golden procession from these strange lightning elementals. So, as we wrap up our session for tonight, if anyone in the chat has questions for the characters, for our players to answer in character, please go ahead and type those into the chat, and we'll do that for a little bit. But then we will, as you're kind of settling in, I think at a certain point, it's not long after that a few people, with guard uniforms do come charging in, and it's not a long response for them because bear in mind that whole combat really only took about 45 seconds.
Anna managed to keep the puppet from, burning down to the ground. I fixed it up with prestidigitation.
We probably
scorch
want to
marks.
find out whose building that was that started all of this.
Yeah. We've got a question for Zinhorn. How do you like a big combat like this?
I like a big combat. That was a fun combat.
Well, so bear in mind, certainly we like Paul's answer, but what is Zinhorn's answer? Does he like the fight? Does he feel like this was good? This is what I want to do, or is it?
Zinhorn's starting to like the fight.
Uh-huh.
He's been he's been holding back for, well, not holding back. He's been focused on healing and helping for a long time, and now he's like, this is another way he can help people by getting rid of bad things, and he seems to be pretty good at it. So, yeah, he's liking it.
Very nice. All right, looks like not a lot of questions tonight, but that's just fine. So thank you everybody for watching. We love all of you who are watching us live and participating in chat, or watching us on VOD or listening on podcast. Thank you to all of you, and we will be back next week for more adventure on so many
So many levels.